Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today's going to be day number 8. Moving into the second week of my 30-day challenge here. Things are going pretty well. Pretty much just had an early night last night, passed out early, as I have been. Was able to wake up no problem after the weekend, even after sleeping in an hour or two each night. Sorry for those of you watching the video. My cat has decided to join me on the desk here. Anyway. Things are going good. I think something that I did discover today was I was on the popular site Groupon. I know in my last video I talked about using Groupon for like massages and things like that. Another thing I happened to come across, which I was almost thinking might be a good, depending on what you kind of have going on in your life. If you're interested in trying to have convenience in terms of like the meal planning, I did find this particular program on Groupon. It was like $100 or a couple $100. You could basically get 28 days of meals delivered to your house, and you can choose like whether or not it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or just lunch and dinner. You can choose to include snacks. I believe, if I remember correctly, the company was called. Let me see if I can just find it real quick. I think it was called Personal Training Meals something. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, personaltrainerfood.com. So if you go over to this website, personaltrainerfood.com, it's not going to show it on there, but the plans, like they have 3 meals per day for $389, and then they have 2 meals per day for $334. That is an awful lot of money to spend a month, but I mean, if you figure you're probably going out to eat a lot, eating fast food or just going out to restaurants and stuff, it probably adds up way faster than that. I know for me, I go out to eat all the time with my girlfriend, so I was thinking about something like this. I guess to shed even more light on this kind of setup is I did actually try out a similar service. It's not quite the same, but this is more for getting meals daily and losing weight specifically. I tried another service where you're sent 3 meals a week. One's, it's basically meals that you cook that are enough so you can eat for 2 people. And I did it with my girlfriend. At first, she really wasn't all that enthusiastic, but I used a company called Blue Apron, which you may have seen them advertise. And the food was overall pretty good, but I know like one time we didn't end up eating the shrimp quick enough, and it actually started going bad, and we didn't think that was what the problem was, and our whole fridge like smelled really bad, and we didn't know what was going on. So those are things you have to keep in mind if you're doing any services like this, like especially this one. I could only imagine if you're gonna order a whole month's supply of food, like you would have to just clean out whatever you have in your house. But I just thought this was interesting to bring up because it's becoming more of a fad, like all these different services that allow you to basically get your food delivered right to your door. For me, I'm like totally all about convenience. Anything that I can do that's going to make my life easier, help, if I could come home and make a meal like really, really fast that's going to taste good and help me lose weight or help me maintain weight, whatever your goals are, I think it's definitely worth going for. I think the biggest problem with the Blue Apron service when I did use that was if I did start cooking a meal, I mean, they would advertise, oh, it takes, half hour, but that was total bullshit. It would take me probably like a good hour. And granted, that was even if I had my girlfriend helping me who actually cooks for her job. Like she's actually like cooking and working at a register for her job, and the meals would still take a significant amount of time, like because there's so much that you have to do and you have to read and follow along. Not to say that that was like a bad thing, but in terms of convenience and just like making things quick, I mean, a lot of people I know, they come home and they don't want to sit there for an hour cooking. So we were doing that 3 times a week, and it definitely is pretty time consuming. And then on top of that, we had some of the food go to waste, and I think it was like you're paying $60 for 3 meals for 2 people, so that it comes out to about $20. I could have gone to like, granted, I could go get fast food and it's going to be cheaper than that. It's not necessarily going to be healthier, but these meals weren't even all that healthy either. I kind of was interested in this personal trainer food website because they actually sell their product on Amazon, and it had 900 plus reviews, and they were all really positive. So that was kind of intriguing that if you're going through the 30 Days of Discipline program, this might be worth checking out for sure, because it would just kind of aid in all the other productivity things you're going to be doing. So that was something I thought I'd bring up today. Trying to think of anything else that has really happened since my last update. I don't think anything too in particular. I'm just sort of chilling out at my house right now, waiting for some packages to come so I can go to the mechanic. I ordered some car parts, so just waiting on that stuff, and hopefully that'll kind of be my night, being productive, getting things done. I guess another thing I did want to mention was over the weekend I actually made a to-do list, and I did everything except one thing, which was officially starting up this podcast. I'm doing this recording. Today's actually the 27th, and depending on when you listen to the podcast, I mean, I'm going to be working on putting all these MP3s and stuff from my videos that I'm doing, and getting like intro and outro sounds, getting all these other things ready to go so I can launch this as an official podcast. And that was something that I'm waiting on a designer to get me a logo, and they were supposed to deliver it to me today, and they basically are late. So I'm held up with having my artwork put on the MP3s and putting that all up in my system that'll allow me to submit it over to iTunes and some of the other popular podcast platforms. But obviously that wasn't really my fault. I can't do anything because I'm waiting on that. But I was able to accomplish everything else. I was pretty happy with that. So it's definitely showing that waking up early during the weekend, I mean, my girlfriend didn't even get up until 11 o'clock or noon on Saturday, and I just got so much done. It was unreal. Like, I basically had almost everything done that I wanted to do by like noontime. So I really had the rest of the night to just kind of hang out and do whatever. So, yeah, talk to you tomorrow.